I'm going to record like this because I really like laying down. So I got in a mountain biking crash last Saturday. So that's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wow, 6 days. 6 days ago. Um, I wasn't going very fast, but um, enough where a rock flipped up into uh, my wheel and my front fork. It just kind of stopped my front tire, so I flipped over and I landed right on my shoulder. So it was a pretty dead shot. You don't really have to be going that fast to make that an injury to the AC joint. Anyway, so we were about half a mile from the end of the trail. So luckily, my brother was there, who actually had an injury similar a few months prior. So he walked my bike down while I held my shoulder. Um, Try not to give you the view of my nose, but it's not that bad. Anyway, um, so I went to Instacare. I got pretty banged up. I had some gashes on my legs and my arms and on my side, bruised up pretty bad. Didn't know if I had broken anything else or did anything horrible, but I went to Instacare. They did an X-ray on my knee and my shoulder, and I think the headline was that my shoulder was in bad shape. They were pretty certain it was a grade 3, if not a 4, based on the X-ray. So they sent me home with a sling, and then so that was Saturday night. So as I was coming home, I was grabbing onto the door, the door frame of our car as I was trying to get my balance and walk out. My wife closed the door on my hand and smashed my fingers in it too. So that was such a good night. I was so happy about how everything turned out. Anyway, but you have to wait until Monday to get in touch with a orthopedic surgeon, which is what Instacare recommended. Because for a grade 3 or 4, it's at least worth considering going to get it, um, surgery together. So Monday finally rolls around, and I was able to get in Tuesday to a surgeon that we had heard good things about. So I go in, and he says, I'm thinking it's either a 3 or a 5. So the way the X-ray looks, of course it's sitting high up to be at least a 3, but then there's the y-axis, so like if it's sitting here, it could be back a little further too to make it even further from the joint. So that was something you couldn't tell from the X-ray, but based on what he was seeing visually and from my side, he said this is a 3 or a 5, because again that diagonal or that lateral movement, you can't tell from the X-ray, but it was pretty apparent. So he recommended surgery. I elected to do it because um, I want 100% chance that I want as close to 100% to what I was, and I know that surgery has risk of complication, but I'm a pretty healthy, fit individual. I feel like my odds are good of recovering. Plus, he was able to get me in Wednesday, so that's 4 days after the injury. So my body's still kind of in the mood to heal and work with whatever's going on down there. So it's a lockdown surgery. So they basically, tie a series of loops and bands around your bones, and then at the end they have a screw in your shoulder that kind of finishes it off. So it's my first time ever having any hardware. It's not that bad. So anyway, they scheduled me for Wednesday, about noon. Actually, didn't even get in until about 3 on Wednesday. So they had planned. He was gonna numb. He was gonna throw. I forgot what it's called, but he said he was gonna pack it with numbing. But I happen to know an anesthesiologist, and he recommended that I also get a nerve block. So I did both, and made my arm feel super dead. But ultimately, I felt no pain whatsoever for at least the first day, and then some. It's super weird feeling though, getting a nerve block, because your lungs, you don't feel like you're getting enough air, even though they are. You're just numb. So it's super trippy. And I also do terrible with anesthesia. So um, so that was Wednesday night. It's now Friday night, and I feel like I'm barely coming out of anesthesia, and I've had to do a lot of napping, a lot of crying, losing my mind a little bit, taking some Zofran with the nausea. Wow, that's been the worst part of it all, I think. This is not too bad. Um, I'm at my in-laws' house because they have this couch set up with literally 3 spots to recline, and our house has a bunch of plastic sheeting up because we're mudding the ceiling. So this seems like the best place to be. So living it up at my in-laws' house. Sleeping on the recliner's been great. They've been, my wife and my mother-in-law have been super awesome. They've been waking up hourly to swap out my ice and give me pills. I'm just taking Advil and Tylenol. Based on what I was saying about anesthesia, I don't do well with anything that's narcotic. I just don't. It's just not prepped and primed for that. So I've been taking 2 Tylenol every 6 hours and 4 Advil every 6 hours. Alternating between the two, and I've been pretty good. I think my best defense, or the best way to fight any pain, is good defense, which is ice, not agitating it, keeping myself pretty still, not doing more than I have to. I mean, yeah, it sucks. It sucks having to just sit here, and do whatever I can with my one hand, drink some water or snack on a few things when I actually have an appetite. So looking forward, so again, we'll start my surgery as day 0. So looking forward, this coming Thursday, we're going to look at the underneath the bandage. I'm supposed to keep it sealed off, keep it from getting too wet or moist. We don't want to get any infection, which is that was the main concern for the surgeon. My main concern as well, based on what I could find research online. So we just got to make sure that this doesn't get infected. So yeah, so that'll be next week. So we'll probably take this bandage off by then. I'm assuming I'm going to be feeling pretty good before then, just based on how I feel now. I could be way wrong. That's the point of making these videos. Is there's a few videos out there, but none that really capture all the perspectives. So here's my perspective. Not everybody has a awesome wife willing to just kind of wait on you hand and foot for whatever you need. So I'm sorry if you don't quite have that same setup, but I highly recommend having your mom come or something to just help you out with getting around, things like that. So after that week, we're looking at 4 weeks in a sling with, if I want to come out of it to work on the computer or just kind of rest my hand or shoulder on something, I can do that. But it's pretty much going to be in a sling for 4 weeks, which super sucks because I like to be independent, mow the lawn, make dinner, things like that. So this is going to be a tough 4 weeks, but it's the game you play when you want to go outside and have some fun. After the 4 weeks, there's an additional 2 to 4 weeks of just living. You don't want to exercise more than just lifting your hand to wash your hair or like the things like mowing the lawn or going around the house and picking things up off the ground. That's the 2 to 4 weeks after. Then we start looking at rehab and putting some light work on it. So frankly, I don't know if I'll be on the bike again before the winter comes, but I just want to be ready for ski season. So that's all my ambitions. Maybe I'll go hiking. My wife is pregnant anyway, so it might be good to kind of do more things that she can do. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing these updates, but just so you know, that's where I'm at. This is, I guess, technically day 2. With it being about 6 p.m., we're rolling into day 3. Called the doctor. He said, just don't worry about waking up in the middle of the night, switch your ice packs. Just rest. think that makes a lot of sense. You just want to get your body healing, and that really only happens when you're sleeping. So, all right, I did it.